Latvia!
Latvia! Latvia! Latvia! Latvia! Latvia! Latvia!
officials for this game have been licensed and assigned by the International Ice Hockey Federation. Referees of the game are the linesmen are the starting six lineup for Team Latvia. Goalkeeper 30, Elvis Mezekis. Defenders 27, Oskar Stimorskis. 29, Raus Freibergs. Forwards 10, Lauris Starzic. 21, Rudolf Valces. 23, Gelios Lukas. The starting six lineup for Team Norway. Goalkeeper 33, defenders 6, 47, forwards 13, 41, 46.
Elvis Merzlikens and Henrik Hockland will be your netbinders, and teams come to this championship to finish as high as they possibly can. And in that sense, Norway and Latvia tied, and the winner of this will finish 5th in the group.
There's pride, there's ego, there's international ranking points, all come into play, but mostly it's just the bond that you developed with your team over the last few weeks. This is your last time on the ice together. You want to end it on a positive note. You want to give it your all. You're wearing your country's jersey. You have to play.
Some players, because of injury, will not be in the lineup. Rodrigo Abols has been out for a number of games now for Latvia. Guntis Galvins has missed the last couple as well. And some changes in the lineup for Norway, not dressed. Matthias Norstabo, he's been banged up since early in the tournament. Gave the opportunity to Christian Bull, who's had a very good tournament. Tommy Christensen injured. Mats Rosalie Olsen with that knee injury that has kept him out for most of this. And Valkve Olsen, Thomas Valkve Olsen, not in the lineup for Norway today. Referees are Emanuel Nikolic of Austria and Alexei Rantala of Finland. And the linesmen are Gleb Lazarev of Russia and Andreas Malmqvist of Sweden. And Latvia in on the attack right off the hop. And now Mathis Olin will send this ahead. Polos will go cross ice. Mathis Olin will play it down low. Comes back up the boards. Patrick Thorson trying to get a stick on it, can't. And it's back out at center. Bit of a misfire there by Balsers. Balsers and Blugers and Darzens played huge minutes yesterday in the game. Balsers leading the way at 25-23 in a game that Latvia had to win in regulation to keep its quarterfinal hopes alive. Latvia did lose in quarterfinal action last year, 3-2 to Sweden. Latvia will not make the quarterfinals this year.
It will look like a loss for yesterday's game, but they actually had to pull their goalie while tied and eventually losing on an empty netter to Sweden.
Roberts Bukarts will send this in, taken there by Espeland. On for Andreas Martinson. Andreas Martinson takes it wide on Arturs Kulda. Martinson gets tripped up on the play, and play goes on as Kristaps Sotnieks maybe got away with one, and back the other way, and well, what's fair at one end, I guess, is fair at the other.
Apparently they're going to let him play out there as Andrasis was absolutely upended on a break chance.
Tretness will play this back. And Christian Bull, who had the hat trick in the game against Sweden, or rather in the previous game against the Czech Republic. This gets cleared back up on the boards. And this will ricochet into the corner. At the line, Johansson with the wrist shot. That went wide. Another shot from the line. That got turned away. At the blue line, Johansson with the long wrister. That got sent wide. Chased down on the far side by Gintz-Maya. And played up the boards. Johansson will try and send this back in. And grabbed off by Belinskas.
The good part about all the injuries is extra ice time. So you'll get plenty on either team in this game.
Morenis trying to take this wide. Holos breaks it up. Holos again leading Norway in minutes played. On for Bon Saxon, and Bon Saxon will send this in. Freeberg is after it. Plays it for Sabolskas. His pass up the boards intercepted by Martin Roymark. He'll play it to the front of the net. In from the line is Bon Saxon. Plays it back for Roymark. Back for Bon Saxon. Sends it in behind the net for Mathis Olam. Mathis Olam trying to center it. The 33-year-old for Norway. Gets double teamed in the corner. Puck is still loose. And on it is Reichenberg, who's had a good tournament for Norway. For Mathis Olam. His pass, Bon Saxon wasn't sure that that was going to be tipped or not by Batna, so he backed out. And an icing call now against Latvia, and the faceoff will come back.
Big Andreas Martinsen, physical player for Norway, gets shaken up as he goes down here and falls awkwardly. And something tweaked on him, you can tell the reaction. And Christian Bull, right foot trailer, skates right through the skates of Andrasis and somehow avoids a tripping call. As the refs have their whistles in their pockets to start.
First game went a little long with some glass issues, and it was a physical game between Switzerland and the Czech Republic, so maybe they're going to try and make up some time. We're okay with that. Martin Roymark, watched there by Archers Kulda. Chased down in the corner by Christian Forsberg, but now will be brought out by Archers Kulda. Through for Blugers, on for Balsers. Balsers forced to the corner by Lassun. Darzans is after it. Darzans will play it back at the line. Zile comes near side. Kulda the shot. Hochland the save. And a pile up in the corner after a loose puck. And this will be grabbed off, and Lassun will skate it out. Sends it up at center for Roos. Roos gets stopped there dead in his tracks by Archers Kulda. And Kristaps Zile will leave it behind his own net. Roberts Bukarts trying to spring in Drasis. Brought back in by Reichenberg. Down low it goes. Andreas Martinsen chipped that one wide. Lidstrom goes after it. Sends it back in for Martinsen. Martinsen plays it behind the net. Lidstrom tries to dig it free. Reichenberg will chase it down. It's sent away from him and up for Andrasis. He'll send it in. Hochland will play it away. And now Christian Bull. The hat trick against Austria, by the way, his first World Championship goals. Shot by Andreas Martinsen, high short side, gloved and held by Elvis Merzlikens.
You see Martinsen back out there. Last thing you want to see is an injury late in the tournament prior to your summer. As Hochland tries to glove a puck on the ice, which a lot of peculiar decision for goaltenders. He spits it back out in front. Kind of in a rotation between Hochland and Holm, for the most part for Norway. They're both dressed in every game. Later, Holm has played one more game after this, 4-3.
Lead pass intended for Basevskis, bounces off a body as Hager got in front of it, but then it does end up for Basevskis, and he'll send it in. Tied up in behind the Norway net. Von Saxon waiting for it to come loose. Holos into the mix as well. Gets Maya on it for Latvia. Maya goes to the forehand, tried to go high short side. And Holos after it in the corner. Holos takes a bump on the play from Maya. And the lead pass up at center. Norway back in on the attack. The back pass on the near side that was intended for Sondre Olden got intercepted. Olden back up at center. Andreas Martinsen right back out there now for Norway. Lead pass up the middle, and that's picked off by Mathis Olom. Espeland. This gets deflected in by Martinson. After it, Mathis Olom on the far side. Never did get to Patrick Thoresen, and now grabbed off by Malinskas for Morenis, and that pass misfires, and they wave off the icing. Gagaris, first man in. Gagaris lost his footing and went into the backboards hard, gets up and appears to be all right. And Mathis Olom at center. Olom across the line. Thoresen got dumped. The shot by Andreas Martinsen over top the net. 11 forwards dressed for Norway, so you will see some different line combinations in this one. 7 defensemen, as they only have 18 skaters dressed in this game. Morenis for Latvia will send this in.
Reinforces the volume of games these teams play in a short period of time. 7 games in 11 or 12 days, even without travel, is a lot. The games are intense. There's back-to-backs, there's afternoon starts, there's noon local starts. It's a challenging tournament on you physically.
The busy it's been for some, the busiest, is the teams that didn't play opening night, don't play today. They played 7 games in 10 days. That's a lot of hockey. Blugers carries in across the line. Blugers finally had a bit of an off day yesterday in the faceoff department. You wonder if fatigue didn't finally set in. He took 32. He only won 15, which by his standards is not a good afternoon. No score, Latvia and Norway. Bit of a younger team for Latvia this year, maybe in preparation for a couple of years from now. Get the young guys some experience, because Riga, Latvia, and Minsk, Belarus will host this championship in a couple of years. It goes to Switzerland next year.
They will have a tough act to follow. It has been spectacular here in Bratislava.
It has. It's been absolutely terrific.
The best one I've ever been to.
Yep.
The attendance for every game has been virtually sold out.
Bukarts coming off the hat trick against Sweden. Slap shot misses, and Karams all the way around, and Sabolskas will chase this back into his own end. Sabolskas on for Freebergs. Freebergs ahead for Bukarts, tees it up. Save made by Hockland. And the rebound bounced out at center, and Arthurs Kulda will backtrack for Latvia. Cross for Zile, sends it in. Hockland on for Roymark. Roymark getting pressured. Espeland on for Lassoon. Out at center for Tretnes. Chips it in, and back forward is Balsers. Theodore Blugers played 9 minutes and 27 seconds of the second period yesterday. 9 minutes and 1 second of the third period. Balsers was right up there in big-time ice time as well in the game yesterday. At the line, slap shot by Johansson. Scramble, Haga trying to stuff it in the near side. Sondre Olden is on it. Olden leaves it at the line for Johansson. And Sabolskas will chop this up the boards, and Latvia back out with Balsers. On for Darzins. Darzin's shot goes wide. Blugers to the short side, and Hockland the save, and he will hang on to it.
Haga, who almost scored a tight tuck goal last game, finds a rebound, trying to do the same sort of thing. Can he kick it up and get a piece, or maybe tuck it back? One thing to maybe bank it. How do you get that to the front of the net? It might have caught the backside of Merzlikins. Merzlikins and Gudlevskis had taken the starts for Latvia. And Merzlikins under the watchful eye of Jarmo Kekalainen, the GM of Columbus, who has been here for a little while, along with Rick Nash, his new right-hand man, has been trailing him around, watching all the games, learning that side of the business.
John Davidson has departed, so
there are responsibilities.
Yes, with departure comes opportunity. Ginsmaya.
To see Rick Nash look like he could play.
Yes.
Still in great shape, and said he's feeling healthy, which is good to hear.
That is the good news. Reichenberg in with a wrist shot. He went low blocker, didn't miss the net by much. Another pile up in the corner. And Morenis is on it for Latvia, plays it for Freeburgs. Teams are changing, so Freeburgs will just park there. And now on for Batna. And young Batna will wind his way in, or at least try to. Lost it at the line. And Gagaris will play it back. And Yanis Yaks, in his first World Championship, scored his first World Championship goal. Gagaris puts on the brakes against Espeland. Yaks tried to send that on for Ronald Kennens and deflected away, and Belitskas will go back for Latvia. On for Yaks, back for Belitskas, up the middle, deflected in by Kennens. Never got deep, but Bukarts grabs it. Cross ice, good right pad save. Quick release there by Andrasis, and a right pad save made by Hockland. Andrasis on it again. Mix Andrasis trying to lose the checking of Roymark at the line for Bukarts, and not much on the shot from Bukarts, and Hockland with an easy save. 8:25 to go. This game still scoreless. Just back to that must win yesterday against Sweden. 24.5 minutes of ice time for Oskar Sabolskis. Blugers was 24-46. Balsers was 25-20. Shot from the high slot by Balsers and a save made by Hockland. He'll hang on to it. And the other guy that was up there was Darzins at 24, just under 25 minutes of ice time for him.
That is so much ice time for forwards to take. And Balsers has had a good tournament. Leads their team in scoring. 7 points. It will be interesting to see how he fares next year in Ottawa.
Can he gain confidence from this?
Yeah, I mean, he's playing against the other team's top lines. He's the best player on Latvia, or one of them.
Freeburg's the shot, and another glove save by Hockland.
And these games have been intense, and fast, and physical. All things that the NHL is as well. And I think the question about Balsers is not his skill, not his brain, but just can he handle the pace and maybe the rigors of the NHL. He's done a nice job of it so far here in a short sample. And there will be room for skill to be added to the Ottawa roster.
Mention how good this tournament has been from an attendance standpoint, and even from a schedule standpoint. You go down to the final games tonight in each side with first place on the line. Canada and the United States, Russia and Sweden. Over on this side, there's complications that will get into, if we have to later, as to how some of these decisions will be made. The other side is relatively clean. Canada wins, they take first. The U.S. wins, they take first.
And in any case, Finland takes second.
Correct.
So Finland locked in. Canada, the U.S. still battling for first place.
Germany can finish third or fourth. At the blue line for Sabalskas. Desirkals takes it off the far side, spins it, and sends the long shot in on Hochland, and that glove is getting a workout today.
Most of them have just been innocent-looking little wristers from distance. Zerkals hasn't played very much under Bob Hartley. Zerkals, who played a little bit for the Marlies in Orlando in the ECHL. He has found himself sliding down the lineup as this tournament has gone on. Bob Hartley plays his hot hands.
Face-off win for Latvia. Cooled a shot from the line, hit a leg in front, never got to the net. And Holos on for Bon Saxon. Long right side pass. Lidstrom chases this down, trying to get a stick on it, can't. Near side, Haga plays it back for Holos. Holos trying to stuff that down for Andreas Martinsen, intercepted, but then Holos breaks it up at center. Von Saxon for Haga, and back for Holos. Holos goes cross ice. Lidstrom in tight, and it got away from him. Haga on it again, in for Holos. Holos in for Lidstrom. Can't get the shot away. As Desirkals knocked it away from him, and Batten is on the loose puck. Latvia changing, and Norway will take the opportunity to change as well. Yaks gets to center, lost his footing, and offside will be called at the line. That little misfire at center put the timing off for everyone.
Good patience there from Batten, turning that around and showing some poise. Haga has been the one guy so far earlier in this game who seems to have his skating legs working the best. Everyone else is still ratcheting up the intensity, the emotion. But when you compare it to what Latvia just went through against Sweden, it's hard. It's hard to manufacture that when you know the same things are not at stake.
Elvis Merzlikins plays this up, and we are going to get our first power play of the hockey games at the late hit.
You got the signals down now, Dennis. The new call. The Garris going to the box. Bob Hartley confused. Late hit, you can't hit a guy after he loses possession, and that is just too long. Esplin had dumped it in, and it was Batna finishes on him. So it's either when the guy's vulnerable or when he no longer is in possession of the puck. If you're in the process of making the hit as he releases it, that's okay. But if you have time to turn away, which Batna did, then it's called a late hit. Even if the hit is legal, no elbow, no boarding. Still an adjustment for guys as they go through it.
And if the hit is unsuspecting and someone's in a vulnerable spot and over-aggressive, they can't call a major on it. Hochland plays that away from Blugers.
Barely.
Yes. And Lidstrom will get this back for Holos. Holos at center. Power play for Norway. First power play of the game. Patrick Thorson drops it for Holos. Andreas Martinsen for Thorson. Near corner for Mathis Olam. Olam into the slot. Andreas Martinsen cross ice. Lidstrom with the blast, and that got blocked. Sotniak's got in front of it. Back for Lidstrom again. On for Holos. Lidstrom comes near side for Olam. Olam looking for a lane all the way across. Nothing doing. Plays it back for Holos. Holos for Lidstrom, and that shot blocked again by Sotniaks. Lidstrom is on it again. 52 in the power play. Centered up front, Mathis Olam the shot. And Darzin's got a stick in front of that. Thorson tied up with Sotnieks. Andreas Martinsen gets it back at the line. Jonas Holos trying to hold it in, does. Puck was bouncing on him. Good job by Holos. Gets it down for Lidstrom, scores! Tobias Lidstrom, 1-0, Norway.
They kept feeding their shooter, and eventually he found a way to get it past the shot blockers. He kept having them turn aside by Sotnieks. This one he catches, does it one time, and pushes it far side, letting Sotnieks slide through the shot lane. Patience head up. That's just a nice release. He can really shoot the puck. Tobias Lidstrom, that's 4 on the tournament for him. Yeah, not bad. I'll take it.
Yep, second on the power play. They won that big game against Austria, and there was lots of interesting numbers from that one. A game that they really had to win. They had lost their first 4, Norway had. And then they came up with a 5-3 win over Austria, followed that up with a 7-1 win over Italy, and chance here today to go home with 3 straight victories and beating the teams that they should beat.
Well,
or at least a chance to beat.
Well, if you look at the national rankings, Norway is ranked a couple spots ahead of Latvia. So in theory, the 9th ranked team should beat the 11th ranked team, Norway being the 9th.
Sabalskas plays this through, and Drassis is after it. Inside position there by Espeland. Lassoon just gently slides this back into the Latvian zone, and Freebergs will go back for it. 4 to go in the opening period, 1-0 Norway. Long flipper in on Hockland, and Hockland will hang on to it again. 1-0 Norway with the lead here in the opening period. Rankings based on a couple of tournaments, the Olympics for one, and then the World Championship as well. That's all taken into account.
The eye test in this tournament would tell me that Latvia has had the stronger team, current score notwithstanding.
Another save by Hockland. And we'll get another face-off in Norway's end. Hockland coming in with a 0-3 record. And again, tough to look at numbers of the teams that struggle against the better competition.
Playing against their peer group, which is really Austria, Italy, maybe Latvia. Norway's looked much better.
Well, the win against Austria that Norway had to win, Henrik Holm, the other netminder, his save percentage in that game was .909. So you're right, that's what you look at, the numbers from those games. Christian Bull giving chase in the corner, controlling his balsers. Back for Belinskas, in for Yaks, the shot, another save by Hockland, and chipped off the boards and sent out the center ice by Johansson. And Yaks back into his own end for Belinskas. And back for Yaks. Yaks skates his way to the line, sends the puck in. Jammed up in the corner to the right of Henrik Hockland. And now ends up on the stick of Christian Bull. This gets deflected down the ice, and this will be another icing call against Norway.
And Jonas Holos back to the bench for a rare shift off, as Petter Thorsen has really leaned on Holos and von Saxon. Petter Thorsen, of course, has his son, Patrick, playing for him. Patrick, a long-time member of the national team. One-time Philadelphia Flyer.
Again, back to games that mattered, and looking at Holos and his ice time in that game against Austria, there's a chance in front. He played 27 minutes and 4 seconds, including playing 9:35 in the third period of that game as they went on for a 5-3 win. Huge pileup in the corner and getting a work. Wow. Rule is getting an absolute working over in the corner there.
Now, that's kind of on the officials. While Zerkaus knows what he's doing, what are you supposed to do if he's sitting on the puck intentionally? You're supposed to let him get up? Play with his hand where he wants? If you don't want me poking at you, then blow it dead, so I can't.
So the first to go down is Zerkaus.
Yeah, but these ones for Zerkaus, he starts chopping away.
Roosh just takes a beating.
Yeah, one in the face at the end. But that's on the referee to blow that earlier. I was always comfortable sticking a guy in the middle if he's sitting on the puck. Then don't sit on it. Get up.
Quit trying to hatch it. Sent in behind the net. Sondre Olden sends it into the corner. Taken by Lidstrom, the goal scorer in this game. Olden plays it back at the line. Von Saxon sends it down low, and Arturs Kulda there to take it away. Kulda on for Belinskas, and Belinskas will send this in. Auckland will leave it for Holos, captain of this Norway team and a veteran of international competition. Lead pass redirected center ice for Mathis Olam. Olam with the long drifter goes wide. Thorsen waits for it on the near side. Thorsen couldn't do anything with it. Patrick Thorsen, 35 years of age. And this is called offside at the line with 92 seconds left in the opening period.
Another standout for Latvia, I think, in this tournament has been Kristaps Sotnieks. 32 years old, so he's past the window of coming to North America, but he's a big guy who skates pretty well. I've liked the way he's played, especially against the other team's top players. I think he's been
plays for the
good.
Plays for the KHL team in Riga.
As do 10 of these Latvian players, so familiarity on the roster for them.
And this will be offside as Haga brings it in, but was a step ahead of the play.
Well, the Latvian fans represent always, whether their team's in first or last. They come to the game, they have a good time, they bring their drums.
These teams competitive, looking for the next level. Latvia, 23rd straight year that they have been in the top division, going back to 1997. For Norway, the 14th straight year in the top division. And down on the ice again is Batna. And now play does get whistled down, and he'll get some attention.
He's fine. He's disappointed he ran into Thorsen, who's absolutely not that kind of player. He just backed into him. Collision when you're not expecting it hurts, but maybe suspecting a penalty would be called. He gets pinwheeled in. Thorsen almost apologizing mid-collision.
Well, he's got the officials over in a huddle.
It's not his fault. Batna backed into him.
Correct.
And Batna was always going to be fine there, as they discuss where the face-off should be. Oh no, not another glass issue.
There seems to be an issue over at the penalty box area with the glass, but
with just the seam that has, okay, there we go, back in.
Yep.
Well done.
We're good. Now with 58.4 seconds left, if it was a more major situation,
Yeah,
you would think they would just simply...
And the period,
Yep.
put 58 on the clock to start the next one.
Looking at some of the bruises and bumps that occur during this championship.
And the referee, okay.
Thumbs up.
Glass is good. Referee's Aleksi Rantala from Finland. And not surprisingly, big, heavy Martinson dislodges the seam up top and keeps the glass in a uniform line.
Manuel Nikolic, the other referee out of Austria. Christian Forsberg, Theodor Blugers, two of the best face-off men in this tournament, will take this one late here in the opening period in the Latvian zone, and Forsberg wins it. Tretnes puts on the brakes, gets it back. Forsberg couldn't handle it, and Johansson with the shot. Good save by Merzlikins. Sotniak's up the boards. Tretnes blocks it, puts it to the short side, comes all the way back. Never did get to the point. Good play by Balcers, and Balcers breaks it back with Darzins. Darzins takes it to the outside, the captain of this Latvian team. Darzins with 3 power play goals in this tournament. Second in team points with 3 goals and 3 assists. The former Kelowna Rocket. Balcers carries it back in, drops for Blugers. Wrist shot, good save by Hochland. Archer's cooled her with the quick release. There was traffic in front, and a good save.
Hochland tracks that one nicely. He's got about 5 or 6 glove saves. And it's the first chance from Johansson. That catches the backside of Sotniak's, makes a more difficult save for Merzlikins. Johansson's got one on the, I think on Henrik Lundqvist he scored against the game against Sweden.
That is our game tonight, the final game of the round robin. Face-off win, and a shot right off the face-off by Ronald Kennens. And Andreas Martinson may have got a piece of it. Another shot from Kennens. And what happened in the final 7 or 8 seconds there?
Including a couple more glove saves for Hochland, who was sharp. Power play goal when necessary, and Norway with the lead after 1.
Shots were 16-8 in favor of Latvia as Petter Thoresen sees his team up 1-0 after 20 minutes. 17 shots that Henrik Hockland faced. He stopped all of them. He was the busier of the two netminders.
about half them into his glove as well. As Latvia kept putting them to the glove side, he kept turning them back. The one power play goal from Lidstrom beating Merzlikins over the shoulder. And Norway with the lead, pretty even period. And I think as this game goes along, we'll see some of the edge that Latvia plays with, a little bit more of the emotion. The natural competitive instincts will come out.
Face-offs were 50-50. Jonas Holos played 8.5 minutes in that opening period for Norway. And Patrick Thoresen, son of coach Petter Thoresen, there's a chance in front, played 7 minutes and 22 seconds, most of any forwards for Norway. Garzens carries back in for Balsers, and a great defensive play there by Holos to stand up and break that up. Mathis Olum right back down the ice. Olum plays it, looking for Sondre Olden. That got intercepted by Darzens, and he'll send it up the boards and out at center. And now a penalty coming to Norway. So Latvia will go to the power play for the first time as Lassoon will go to the box.
Sotniks with a self-chip, and Lassoon didn't want to pivot, he just wanted to set the pick. So soft chip to himself, and at this point you have to get your stick out of his feet, turn and go. Lassoon does it, Sotniks goes down, and the only goal Norway scored on the power play. Latvia gets their chance as well.
Power play for Latvia is an area that got a lot better from last year. Last year, 3 for 26, 11.5%. Right now, Latvia coming into this one, 9 for 27, 33.3%. Blast from the line by Freebergs, and Hockland makes a solid stop.
For teams like Canada, US, Sweden, comparing year-over-year stats probably doesn't make a lot of sense because the teams are very different. But for teams like Latvia, where you might return 14 or 15 players, it does make sense. There are trends you can see as a group because the roster is way more consistent than the teams that are made up of lots of NHLers.
Yep, the Bukarts and Kennans and Ginsmaya and Sabolskas and Belinskas, those guys have been to a number of these championships. Face-off win, Freebergs at the line. In for Rehards, Bukarts. Spent some time in the Western Hockey League, 33 goals with the Brandon Wheat-Kings. There's a steal, and Roymark with the quick chance, and that got turned aside by Merzlikins. Freebergs back up for Bukarts. Roberts Bukarts sends this cross ice, stopped inside the line and chopped back down the ice by Johansson. Freebergs will give chase. Freebergs played just under 8 minutes in that opening period for Latvia. Leading the way, though, was Blugers at 8:11, Balsers, Sabolskas 8:02.
I'd heard of Ralph Freebergs as we went to the same school, the same alma mater, Bowling Green. But I've never seen him play before, and it's been good. The offensive guy moves the puck pretty well, mans the point of the power play, likes to shoot it. Billy Bob Hartley trusts him because he plays lots of minutes. Bob Hartley, who moonlights as the Latvian national team coach when he's not coaching his KHL team during the winter. A lot of time over here for him.
Yes.
He's really made a second career, second home in Eastern Europe, Russia coaching.
And the latest one to come to the KHL, Craig McTavish, back coaching.
Yeah, had a good chat with him as well.
We're coaching Yaroslavl. Darzens. Sabolskas. Cross ice. Sabolskas gets it back. From Andrasas. Shot from the line. That goes wide. Mix Andrasas trying to chase it down, but taken on the far side by Christian Forsberg, and he'll send it all the way down the ice. Sabolskas back to regroup. 20 seconds left in the power play. Drops for Balsers, on for Darzens. Darzens goes rink wide. Blugers. Back for Balsers. Darzens creeping in on this near side. Balsers hangs onto it, being watched by Roymark. Blugers and then gets it back. Shot, score! Patience and Mix Andrasis finds the top of the net.
And that's why Balsers leads the team in scoring. Andrasis with a really good finish. Again, another one of those cross-body push one-timers, but Balsers all the way around, back down, and then floats a saucer pass. Johansson gets stuck in the middle, can't pick it off out of the air, and a really good finish. They're hard shots to make, any kind of velocity. And Andrasis snipes it up and over the blocker from Hockland to even the score. Know that feeling well in the penalty box when you get scored on. But Balsers just making it happen. From behind the net all the way up the side, back down around, probing to find a passing lane. Eventually he did.
Gusevskis chases this in behind the Norway net, played around, Bukarts back at the line, and another wrist shot, this one from Sotnieks, and again into that catching glove of Hockland.
Take a pretty good shot to beat Hockland the way he's moving around the crease, but that was more than a pretty good shot. And it is an evolution of the sticks and the blades and the shafts and how they can, every player can customize exactly how they want it. That used to be a shot you could not do. You'd have to kind of catch it, stop it, shoot it. Now guys can one-time that puck. Great velocity, even on their offside. And Andrasis makes no mistake. That was, he made that look easy. It's not.
Espeland in the corner, ties it up on for Lassoon. Lassoon's pass beyond the reach of Sondre Olden, and another face-off coming up in the Norway end of the ice. A 1-1 tie here in the second.
You see that Andrasis got to get the blade on the ice quickly, load up the stick, make sure to strong bottom hand, and catch it just right so as to not fan on it. Balsers with 7 assists now to go along with his 1 goal. More than a point a game in the tournament.
And something you don't see that often, but you are seeing a little bit more, where you get the left-hand shot playing the left side versus the offside on the power play.
Because the guys can shoot the puck now. Think of Austin Matthews catching it on the strong side. It's not just Ovechkin or Laine one-timing it anymore. It's the catch and release.
Cross for Sondre Olden. Olden will drop it back. Christian Bull jumps on the loose puck. Bull trying to center for Olam. Mathis Olam in a battle in the corner with Balinskis, and Balinskis comes up with it. On for Yaks. Yaks for Blugers. Blugers hits the line, drops for Balsers, over for Darzins. Darzins is shot, and Hockland will make another save and hold.
4-on-3, starts with Yaks, moving his feet out of the zone, and Darzins ends up the recipient of another seam pass by Balsers. The question becomes for Balsers. You know he's going to be more talented than the guys in the American League, but will he be more talented than the guys in the NHL that he will be competing for spots for? Not the fourth liners. For the guys in the power play, is he more talented than those guys in Ottawa? That's the competition.
Ronald Kennan's the blast. Andrasis turns, fires this. That got blocked before it got to the net. As Von Saxon got in front of it, now cleared back, and Andrasis will circle back, but Merzlikins will play it into the far corner, and here comes Freebergs. 22-9 are the shots in favor of Latvia. Andrasis with another shot. Only 1 shot here in the period for Norway. Bukarts. Roberts Bukarts back for Sobolskas. His shot blocked by Tretnes. And Haga on the loose puck. Haga trying to pull away and draws a penalty. Reichenberg. 6 attackers now as Reichenberg's, although Hockland never quite did get to the bench, he was on his way when play gets whistled down.
Robert Bukart's not happy about getting split by Haga. Kept poking and prodding and grabbing, and eventually clicked feet with Haga right there. Take him down right from behind. Oh, we'll go back to the power play. Rarely do we see players agree with the call.
So Norway to the power play. That has not been an area of strength for them in this championship. Just 2 for 9.
Got their 1 goal on it today, though.
Yep, Latvia on the penalty kill, 78.9%. Andreas Martinsen trying to play that back to the near side. Lidstrom is on it. Lidstrom slows it down, sends it across for Mathis Olom. Too far for him. And an attempted clear by Kolda misfired. Olom sends it back down low. Thorson plays it back at the line. The long shot. And that is caught and held by Merzlikins.
That's not a great shot from Holos. When you get your head up and see that there's nobody in front of the net, and you take a wrist shot from 50 feet, conceding a whistle, conceding a turnover, if you have full possession, you don't want to waste shots you can't score on or create a rebound from, and that's what that was from Holos. And they allowed a line change and a new face-off guy and a potential clear.
Face-off win, picked up by Reichenberg. For Sondre Olden, back for Reichenberg. Shot from the line by Espeland, off a stick to the corner. Haga goes after it. Sondre Olden tried to send that down to Reichenberg, intercepted by Ginsmea, and cleared down the ice. And Espeland is back for it, he'll wind it up. There's the drop. Haga with some speed, cuts around Balsers, tries to split the defense, does, and then got dumped. Espeland back for Haga, away from him. Controlled by Reichenberg, though. And the pass back to the line gets tipped away. Regroup, and Espeland tries it again, on for Thorson. Drop back for Christian Bull. Bull wide. Bull takes it behind the net, plays it up top. Lassoon sends it down low to Thorson. Thorson sends it back at the line. Bull. Mathis Olom down for Andreas Martinsen. Tried to center that for Thorson. Intercepted, and here comes Blugers. Out of the box is Bukarts. And Roberts Bukarts looking for that pass on the near side, but Blugers had 2 red jerseys closing in on him quickly. Mathis Olom to the line, no further. Andreas Martinsen brings it in, and that'll be offside called against Norway. 1-1 tie here in the second. No score between Slovakia and Denmark over in Košice. Second game, or the third game there, will be Canada and the United States. And our third game here will be Sweden and Russia, as the top 4 teams in each pool play head-to-head today. Germany beat Finland earlier today.
There'll be a nice moment after the Slovakian game as Ladislav Nagy, my former line mate, let alone teammate, for about 3 years in Phoenix, will be honored for his long, very distinguished career with the Slovakian national team. Really pretty cool in his hometown. He's actually from Košice, so family and friends will be in attendance for him.
The other game here this morning, or this afternoon, the first game, Czech Republic defeating Switzerland. Backdoor play and a good defensive play down low. As Bon Saxon cleared that away before anyone could tap it in. Bukarts drops it back. Archer's Kula with a great opportunity. Hochland with the save. The other rebound in front of that went wide as Desir Kals missed the net. Henrik Hochland has been busy, has been good, keeping this a 1-1 game. Lasun tied up in the corner with Blugers. And the puck finally does come loose. Play back for Balsers. For Yaks. Dishes it off. Belinskas with the shot. And again, Hochland through traffic makes the save. And Lasun takes his man down at the side of the net as he gets into a battle down low with Blugers.
Latvia keeps pouring it on. Zerkals with a backdoor tip. Von Saxon just ties up Bukarts. They both swing and a miss. And the wrister for Kulda, the rebound back out to Zerkals. And a lot of bodies flying around to block that one. Sometimes the puck is coming so slow, you want to shoot it so hard, you overcommit. And Zerkals did that, fanned on it wide.
For Norway, losses to Russia, Czech Republic, Sweden, and Swiss. And then a 5-3 win over Austria, a 7-1 win over Italy. And here in a 1-1 tie with Latvia. Latvia was sitting at 2-1 at one point and has dropped its last 3. Blugers tees it up, doesn't shoot it. Gets away from Reichenberg. Nice tight turn to get away from Andreas Martinsen. Nice toe drag. And now Andreas Martinsen steals, and a penalty coming as he knocked it away from Belinskas. Andreas Martinsen working it in the corner. And finally, this will get touched by Darzens, and a penalty coming to Latvia. And Norway with a power play goal in this game. So 3 for 21 now in the tournament. And they'll go to the power play.
Yeah, Belinskas mishandles the puck, just kind of overskates it. Martinsen gets the poke, and he's in trouble. With his stick caught up into Martinsen's feet. Easy call to make. And we'll see if they can't get Lindstrom the puck again. He's been their best shooter, the most dangerous power play guy when he gets it to his stick.
4 in the tournament, 2 have come on the power play for him. And this will get sent all the way down the ice. Holos winds it up. On for Thoresen. He'll play it back for Mathis Olom. Olom winds it in. He got taken down. Lidstrom goes after it in the corner. Andreas Martinsen chips it up the boards. It never did get to Thoresen, and carried down by DeGaris. DeGaris takes this wide, tried to get that in for Ginsmaya, but play got whistled down in behind the play.
There's some offsides that don't make sense. This one does, because Maya needs to maintain his speed to try the rush. So he's trying to time it, but if it doesn't work, you have to go offside, because if you were to stop, 2-on-1 becomes nothing. So might as well try to time it best you can. If you get called offside, you do. That one makes sense.
Sotniak's back for it with 1:15 now left in the power play. And we're going to have an icy call.
Tipped up into the crowd.
Yes.
From Ronald Kennens at the blue line. They'll reload outside the blue line. Try again. Ronald Kennens, one of the Latvian players, 3-4 of them that has a few NHL games, not a lot. All of 38 with Vancouver.
Shot by Sondre Olden off a stick and up. The other thing in this tournament, look big picture, all teams will go home with at least 1 point. As the 2 games yesterday that winner was going in the A group, the loser was being relegated, both went to extra time.
Are you giving everyone a participation ribbon right now?
Sure. Why not?
Someone's in last, and they are going down.
Correct.
However many points they had,
Yeah.
they know they came last.
Yep.
And that is France. That is Austria. The two, we'll have to check in the last time the two promoted teams stayed up the next year. Does not happen often.
Italy advancing with that shootout win. The other one was in overtime. Sean McMonagle in front for Reichenberg. Reichenberg twisting and turning, being watched there by Darzans. Gets it for Sondre Olden. Mathis Oldham up top for Espelin. Espelin sends it down low. Johansson back for Espelin. Back for Johansson. Sends this to the goal line. Sondre Olden, bang pass back for Espelin, rink wide. Haga back, Sondre Olden. Oh. He went high short side and ripped it wide.
A couple really good passes set that up though. Tight little saucer, so not big, floaty, slow ones, but quick ones. Handled clean, then relayed again. Off the bar.
Crossbar.
That did have a lot of bite on it. That's a heavy shot. That is a heavy shot. And thank you very much. We like that spot right there. There's Elvis as the puck leaves the building.
Again, not dressed for Norway. Norstabo is out. He's missed the last number of games. Christensen is out. Mats Roselli Olsen injured early in this tournament. And Thomas Volkve Olsen also not dressed for Norway. Power play is over. Ronald Kennens wide on Jonas Holus. Kennens turns to the forehand, swings it back in around the boards. Indrasis is on it, and a clearing attempt goes all the way down on Elvis Merzlikens. And Merzlikens will clear it. Good week for him away from this championship as he signs a deal with the Columbus Blue Jackets.
But almost as importantly, talk about Bobrovsky's condominium going for sale.
Yeah.
So that's a positive for a goalie to know that the #1 is on his way out of town.
That's a pretty good couple days.
Yeah. I'll sign and he'll go.
Yeah.
I like my chances much more.
Bukarts drops it back for Yaks. The shot stopped in front. Loose puck cleared away. Bukarts rink wide. And Belinskas with the shot, and Hockland snares it, and now things get heated in front of the Norway net. 1-1 tie here in the second. .735 second period. The game has been dominated by Latvia, but the game is tied 1-1. Henrik Hockland plays in the SM Liga in Turku. Has been very good for Norway. Puck not dropped fairly. They'll do it all over again. And Christian Forsberg and Basevskis will do this all over again. Zyle unable to hold it in, plays it back for Sobolskis. Sobolskis a pass. Christian Forsberg tied his man up. That was Belinskas. Christian Bull is on it. His lead pass misfires, but it deflects off the stick and back into the Latvian zone. Zyle is on it, sends it for Sobolskis. pass up the middle, misfires on Bisevskis. Bisevskis is after it on the far side. Stopped by Hauge. And now grabbed off by Roymark. Roymark trying to get this back for Nicholas Roost in the corner. To the line for Christian Bull. Bull through traffic, hit a body. Tracked down by Roymark. Back for Bull. Trying to get that for Lidstrom. Roost now heads to the bench as Norway starts a line change. Christian Bull will go after this in behind his own net, looking for some open ice. Sends it ahead for Tobias Lidstrom. Sends it to the front of the net. Reichenberg was there, but he was squeezed out on a good defensive play by Batna. Back up for Latvia. And crowd reacts, no penalty coming. Yaks at the blue line. Fakes the shot against Reichenberg. Batna trying to get a stick on that can, and Lidstrom gets out to center ice. Gagaris ties him up. Reichenberg is after it. Trentness waiting for it down along the boards, never did get to him, so he'll have to clear the zone, and Lassoon will send it in. Morenis, no room for him. Kept in, wrist shot by Thorson, that got blocked, and it gets chopped out at center by Yaks. Thorson back in. So Norway with a little bit of offensive zone time here the last 4 or 5 shifts. Shot by Andreas Martinsen, misses the net. And Darzins is back, and now the wrist penalty coming to Von Saxon. Where's Lickens? A little shake, rattle, and roll to get to the penalty box. And a power play coming up for Latvia.
In Norway, number 47, 2 minutes for tripping.
A 6th place finish back in 2011 for Norway under Roy Johansson, who was the coach then. The captain was Ole Christian Tollefsen. Spent a lot of time with the Norwegian, or the Norwegian national team. Matt Zuccarello not here, injured as soon as he got to Dallas, but he is an unrestricted free agent.
Yeah,
so.
and he's, small reports, he's actually still dealing with that injury.
Yes.
It's not like he's just choosing to not show up.
But for players without contracts, it is a gamble to come to this championship.
I turned down an invitation once because I was waiting on a contract, so I do understand.
Yeah.
And I wasn't an every year invite either, like Matt Zuccarello. There's so much pressure on guys like him, Grabner, Vanek, prominent players from smaller countries to show up, because there's just not a lot of guys like that available to their teams.
Power play for Latvia. Back at the line for Darzins. He leads them in power play goals with 3, Darzins. Cross ice pass deflected away by Lidstrom, tracked down by Andrasis. Andrasis has the goal in this game. Centering pass gets deflected away. Kept in at the blue line. Chance in front, knocked away, and Hochland with another good save. Sabalskis ripped it off the far post. A blast from the line by Sabalskis. Darzins walks it in. His shot save made by Hochland. Rebound Andrasis for Sabalskis, and back for Andrasis. Looking for Blugers, tipped away, but held in by Sobolskis. On for Darzins, back for Sobolskis. Over for Andrasis, 30 seconds in the power play. Andrasis for Blugers didn't get much on it, but he got it on net. And Hochland had to make the save. Balsers, Andrasis, and Hochland with another stop. And Darzins hustled, but couldn't quite keep it in as it spins off his stick. Delayed offside now against Latvia. And controlled by Roymark for Lasund. And Holos will send it down the ice, and that'll do it for the power play. As Von Saxon steps out. Intercepted at center by Forsberg. Ends up on the stick of Ronald Kennens, and he'll send it in. And now 3 to go here in the second period. Holos pulled that away from Kennens. And now Holos will have to chase this back into his own end. On for Christian Bull. He got pressured. Von Saxon, who's playing wing because he came out of the penalty box. And this will be an icing call. They won't be allowed to make the change, so they'll still be out there with 3 defensemen.
Icing's not going to help you if you want to change. So you're going to get a better play in that. I like that by Hochland. Recognizing the pass is actually going to the far post, and you got to beat the puck to the top of the crease, because if you miss it, it's going to be a tap in. And aggressive and quick legs get that job done, and another post for him.
Seen some good goaltending here in this championship. Andrei Vasilevsky, save percentage of .967. Number 1 among goaltenders who have played 3 or more. Carter Hart, .964.
Matt Murray gets to start tonight for Canada.
Yep. The other 2, Georgiev and Francouz, each with a couple of shutouts, but have not played enough games to be in the upper echelon of the goaltending stats. Winding his way through Balinskis, and the shot goes off of Johansson and out of play.
I wonder, though, if Canada does not get the result they want, do they think about going Carter Hart in the quarterfinals? I know Matt Murray's won 2 Stanley Cups, and he's been a clutch goaltender throughout his life in the NHL. But in a short term like this, you just kind of got to go with the guy who's playing better. So I wonder.
Big game for positioning. Whoever finishes first over there will get Switzerland on this side. Arturs Kulda, who plays in the KHL now. That shot goes off a stick and over top the net. Ronald Kennens trying to lose the checking of Christian Bull. Kennens slips it across. Arturs Kulda with the shot off the mask of Hochland. The 31st shot of the game for Latvia in a 1-1 tie. Hochland okay after taking that one on the mask, so play goes on. Referee takes a second look back there to make sure there's no signal from Hochland to stop the play now that it's gone to the neutral zone, and we play on. Roberts Bouchard stripped of the puck, and on for Bull. For Mathis Olam. For Haga. Tried to get it to the front of the net. It's off a skate. And Andrasis trying to spring Darzins. Coming in on the backside is Bouchardt, and the cross-ice pass got stopped. Good backtrack by the veteran Thoresen on that play.
And stopping around the net, not flying by. Making sure to stick around the trouble spot.
59th World Championship game for Patrick Thoresen. 106 NHL games under his belt. At the line, and they're going to say Lasund did not hold it in. And we'll get a stoppage with $1:03 left in the second period.
Well, this period has been decidedly played in Latvia's favor. Just 4 shots for Norway with a minute left. And it's just kind of been a slow, steady grind by Latvia. Tipping the ice, playing the offensive zone, drawing penalties. Just not being able to beat Hochland more than the once.
Final minute of period number 2. Espelon plays it around for Patrick Thoresen. Espelon will propel it on to Lasund. Lasund tied up with Gagaris. Clearing attempt was blocked by Ginsbea. For Gagaris. Gagaris will leave for Sobolskis. His shot goes way wide. And now Thoresen will track it down and send it ahead for Reichenberg, but Maya gets there first and plays it for Gagaris. His shot goes off the shaft of Reichenberg's stick. Andreas Martinsen plays this through the middle. Christian Forsberg couldn't catch up to it. And Sabalskas cross ice, and Freebergs will send it in. Hockland will play it for Holos. Holos will take it back into his own end, and the second period will come to an end.
Drastis with a beautiful power play goal, but Hockland has been the story for Norway. Busy and good to keep it game tied.
He has stopped 30 of 31, 40 minutes done here in Bratislava. Norway and Latvia are all deadlocked 1-1.
The 2019 IIHF Players Statistics. Team Statistics. NY updates. Available on all smartphones. In multiple languages. The 2019 IIHF app, powered by Toyota. Download it now from the Apple App Store and Google Play. Toyota. City.
Henrik Hockland has kind of been the story of the game. His counterpart at the other end, Elvis Merzlikens, has not been as busy. He has only faced a total of 10 shots from Norway, 31 the other way. And the third period of a tie game about to get going. Final period of this championship, or maybe a little more time will be needed for these two teams.
Well, extra, we got 20 minutes left until summertime. And that's the way you look at it. 20 minutes to work, to battle, to have fun, to compete, and to win. And you can muster up a little bit of energy for up to 10 minutes if you're Jonas Holos.
Well, you made the good point earlier, is that these teams will not be identical next year. This will be the last time this group will be together. There's always changes, even though not as many for the European teams as there is for US and Canada, and maybe even Sweden and Russia. Finland does not have an NHL player on its roster. Balsers.
They got a guy who's going to be an NHL player next year.
Yeah.
And Capo Kakko has put on a show in the other pool.
Mathis Olam sends this up at center, the old alley-oop, trying to spring Trettons.
You know, wonder for guys like Thorson, he's 35 years old, a mainstay. How many more years does he have left?
Andreas Martins in the shot, and Elvis Merzlikens will snare this and hang on to it.
Well, these are in your quiet moments in the dressing room. If you are an introspective kind of guy, these are the kind of things that cross your mind. This is a moment worth taking advantage of, because you might not have the opportunity again.
You mentioned earlier Great Britain and Italy both advancing after qualifying the previous year to get to the big tournament.
Yeah.
Since 2009, only one promoted team had successfully stayed up. That was Austria in 2018. The last time both promoted teams stayed up, all the way back to 2006. This team from Norway and Italy was involved in that as well.
So what happened yesterday does not happen often.
Nope. Both games to extra time. Shot, that got blocked. Buchart's on the loose puck. Ahead for Ronald Kennens. Kennens will get it. Espelin gets his feet taken out from under him. He looks back at the referee. And on for Reichenberg. And Richards Buchart's back to take it away and get it up for Sotnieks. Sotnieks through for Besevskis. Johansson plays it up the boards. Picked off. Besevskis trying to get a shot away. He got tied up. Good defensive play there by Johansson. Sent out at center. Sotnieks plays it back through, but this ends up on the stick of Reichenberg. 5 points in the tournament for Reichenberg. Shot by Nicholas Roos. That got turned away. And Gagaris spins a backhander for Sotnieks, and Sotnieks will send it in. And play will get stopped, and we'll get a face-off in the Norway end.
For Latvia, who's had the puck so often, your best chances, your highest quality chances often come when the other team makes a mistake. But Norway has had so few rush chances, there aren't any turnovers. They always have people back because they're in their own end the whole game. So you're trying to break down the defensive zone coverage, which is hard to do. And then when you do it, you still have to beat the goaltender. It's just a challenging way when you dominate a team the way Latvia is dominating Norway, but not really getting a ton of great chances. Because Norway is still working hard in their own end.
And Norway probably fortunate to be in a 1-1 tie going into the third period here. Badly outplayed in the second. Nicholas Roost shovels this ahead. Christian Forsberg redirect for Holos. He'll send it deep. Sondre Olden is after it. Comes back for Holos. And he'll drive it all the way around from where it came. Von Saxon. Sondre Olden takes the pass from Roost. Taken by Mathis Olam. Olam getting hounded and tied up on the far side with Blugers. And Darsens will get this up for Balsers. Latvia changing, so Balsers will take it back into his own zone. A regroup there. Belinskas bounces this down. Morenis first man in on it. Morenis Balinskis, and Balinskis the shot from the line, that went wide. DeGaris gets inside position on Lassoon, and Reichenberg got bumped, but Lassoon will send it ahead at center ice. Thorson for Holos, the two veterans of this team. Cleared up and tied up in behind the net. For Holos, a big-time minute player for them. 14th consecutive World Championship for him, and for Holos today is World Championship game number 95. So if he is back with Norway next year, no reason to believe he won't. He'll hit the 100 mark. As long, correct.
He's not going anywhere. He's their best defenseman on Saxon still.
Kennan's trying to get this across for Andrasis. Kretinas gets knocked down in the corner, and he's a little slow to get up. Andreas Martinson plays it back. Kretinas, who wanted to get off the ice, is going to have to play it. And he makes a good play, sends it around to Christian Bull, and now Kretinas will make his way to the Norway bench. Rister up high. Hockman may have taken that one off the mask. He did. Second one in this game that has caught him up in the mask.
A little stunned by that. As Lincoln's checking in to make sure that he's okay. As different kind of approaches to the tournament for guys like Petter Thorson, where you're trying to win. You're not planning on winning. The expectation is that you compete well with the teams better than you, and you see the shot into the chin of Merzlikins. You have to beat Italy, you have to beat Austria, and then you try to compete with Latvia. That's kind of the tournament for Norway. And it might not feel good to walk home 2-5, but you've probably done your job. Norway has done what they are supposed to do in this tournament. And if they win this game, they will have exceeded expectations.
Slovakia and Denmark tied 1-1 over in Kosice.
Just setting it up for my boy Laddie to get the game winner late.
There you go. Wouldn't that be something?
I hope so.
Nicholas Roost works this in behind Merzlikins, tries to send it to the near side. Lidstrom. After a loose puck, Lidstrom the goal getter for Norway. Indrasis the goal getter for Latvia. One in the first, one in the second. That's the way we stand with just over 14 to go here in the third. Andreas Martinson sends it in. Sotnieks after it. Sotnieks getting pressured there by Sondre Olden. Christian Forsberg back looking for a loose puck. And this will be taken by Artur Skulda. His pass up the boards got blocked, and Sotnieks jumps on it. Sends it for Desirkals, and Desirkals will send it for Kula, and he'll send it in. Desirkals off the sideboards, a shot, and that never got to the net. So Latvia back in on the attack. Sotnieks, quick shot, good save by Hockland. Taken by Holos. Plays it up for Sondre Olden, stopped by Sotnieks. Norway on the regroup. And Andreas Martinson for Holos. Holos played it all the way back to his own zone.
Careful passing to the bench when you're changing.
Norway was in a change, and some good awareness at the Norway bench. Balinskis dishes off, slap shot, and that drilled on Saxon as Ronald Kennan's unloaded. Another shot, score! Off a body in front on the wrister from Yaks. And does he have his second?
Certainly hit something on the way in. Celebration tells me that it was a Norwegian player. As Yaks, there's the one off on Saxon's face, it looked like. He's obviously stunned. Takes a little while to get things situated. And then another one off on Saxon's arm. Oh my goodness, what a shift. He's trying to block this one and protect his face at the same time. And he tips it up and over Hockland.
It's going to be quite a send-off to the summer for Janis Yaks. This is his third World Championship game. He has 2 goals. got put into the lineup because of Guntis Galvins getting injured, not being able to play.
He's going to Wally Pip Guntis Galvins.
Yes.
He won't be going anywhere anytime soon. Skates really well. Moves up the ice.
College hockey in the U.S. for him. Reichenberg, sharp angle, and I think Merzlikins took that one off the mask. He is shaking his head in behind the play. So both netminders have taken shots off the mask in this one. Freeberg's trying to center it. So Norway down by 1 now. And Latvia in looking for more. Johansson. Reichenberg and on for Haga. Haga drops it back. Johansson the shot, the rebound. It gave Merzlikins some trouble.
That was going a foot wide.
Grabbed off. Take the shot, score, Morenis. As it slips through the defenseman. And Rehards Morenis gets his second of the game to make this a 3-1 lead for Latvia.
Here's the one that Johansson was shooting wide. Merzlikins gets it trapped under his pad, almost pulls it back into his own net. And right after that, the high flipper. Lassoon can't handle. That's a good shot by Morenis. Quick release, back against the grain. Posting in. He knows he's gonna get caught, so he's gotta get rid of it. And takes a good shot right to the corner to beat Hockland, and he pulls it off.
These teams tied in Group B with 6 points apiece, so the winner will finish 5th over in this pool. And of course, both will play next year in Switzerland. Gagaris knocks this down in the neutral zone. Lidstrom, who opened the scoring in this game for Norway, couldn't do anything with it at center. Sharp angle try, Hockland makes the save. And another injured player in behind the play, that's Roymark. Scramble, Hockland down, puck is loose. Latvia banging away at it. Kennens jumped in and took a whack. Yaks on it again. Yaks to the front of the net off the left pad of Hockland. Oh, Yaks took a run at Lidstrom, missed him and almost went through the glass.
Did you see him shake the boards? Yaks is feeling himself.
Turned over, Mathis Olof for Andreas Martinsson. And did that come after the whistle and an offside? 3-1, Latvia with the lead.
Latvia stretched their lead to 3-1. When you're playing the game, you rarely think of the fans or your fans. But I have to think that when you come to the World Championship for Latvia, there's an awareness of the energy and passion that their fans bring and the dedication, the loyalty that they show to your team. And maybe in a game where you need a little boost, they are there to provide it because they are not always the largest number, but almost always the loudest voices. So they do an amazing job supporting the Latvian national team.
Mathis Holm puts on the brakes, sends this down the ice. Icing gets waved off. Sotnieks will wind it up. On for Kennens in full flight. Kennens, and a good stick check there by Lasund. Sondre Olden. On for Haga. Lost his footing. Following up is Forsberg. Save made. As Merzlikins got enough of that. At the line, slap shot, and another one up high on Merzlikins.
Janis Jaxi scored against Sweden. Comes back and scores against Norway. And Morenis follows that up, tying up the stick of Lasund. Now he looks like the third baseman from Major League letting that dribble through his legs. But Morenis makes him pay.
Or Bill Buckner at first base.
I went to the fictional characters because, you know, it's less hurtful that way.
Good idea.
Roger Thorne, I think his name was.
Face-off win by Forsberg, and as Olden was getting ready to go, whistle goes.
Well, that is the danger when you drop to your knees in the neutral zone. If you don't get it, you're done. You're not getting up and catching anyone, so you better make sure you flag it. And it just trickled through Lasund's legs.
E5.
So no RBI from Morenis. I think he deserves a full credit for that goal.
He does. Olden puts this in behind the net. Haga into the back half now of the third period. Norway down by a couple. And shorter bench for Norway with some players out.
Yeah, fatigue might start setting in a little bit. They got some guys logging big minutes. Short bench by international standards.
At the line, shot. That never got to the net as Espeland lets it go. This will make its way down the ice, and Hockland will come out. Play it for Espeland, up for Lidstrom. Chips this one through, trying to spring Andreas Martinson. Sotnieks takes it away.
So I slash you and break your stick, it's a penalty. If I slash you and break my stick, it's okay? Which is what just happened.
I guess so.
Seems to be a contradiction there.
There's no evidence.
The evidence
on
is
the
down
other
on the ground.
On the other one, there's evidence.
The evidence is in my hand. I got a stick of two pieces. Just trying to make sense of things, Dennis.
Yeah. Batna drops it back. Kennens rink wide, and Bukarts was walking in and getting ready to drill it, and it hopped over his stick. Yax hits the red line, sends it in. And this gets played in behind the net. Christian Forsberg trying to get it out. Elvis Merzlikins, who's had some terrific numbers here at the World Championship over the past few years for Latvia. And it's earned him a contract with the Columbus Blue Jackets.
And having his GM said he'd have no problem with Merzlikins and Korpisalo being the duo to start next year. Gotta like hearing that.
Olden back for Johansson, the shot, save made. Merzlikins in the rebound. Sondre Olden tapped it wide. Olden in front of the net, another chance, and Merzlikins off of Nicholas Roost makes a big glove save to keep it 3-1. We talked about some of the older players on Norway. You wonder what the future does hold for players like Patrick Thoresen, 35, Mathis Olam at 33. We've seen Anders Bastiansen, who is at 87 career games played over the last few years. He's no longer on the team. Morten Ask, 73 career World Championship games.
Roy Mark is getting up there.
Yep. And then some of the youngsters like Christian Bull, who stepped in at 21 here, has had himself a very good tournament. Espeland up the boards. Johansson plays this up at center. Turn back in, and Espeland will regroup. Johansson ahead for Sondre Olden off the sideboard. Olos Matham down for Patrick Thoresen. He tried to take that to the net, could not. Olden is on it again. Taken away by Sabolskas. Sabolskas tried to play it up. That was blocked by Olden. Back for Mathis Olam. Thoresen trying to get a stick on it. Knocked it loose, but right onto the stick of Richards Bukarts. And Richards Bukarts will get stopped in the corner. Good defensive play by Johan Johansson. Some room for Roost. Takes it outside. Batna gets a piece of him, spins him around. And back up for Bukarts. Long floater off the stick, and this will go into the netting. And a face-off coming up.
And Petter Thoresen will keep pushing to the end once he gets his puck cleared out. Look at that. Awkward Roy Mark. Oh, his left knee. Oh my gosh. No wonder he was in pain. That is not how you are supposed to go into the boards. And see him limping away to the dressing room. I always cross my fingers for players at the end of this tournament. You don't want to go into the summer and vacation and training with an injury or something serious.
You don't want rehab to be part of your summer.
Not the start of it.
No. But it is part of the game. Kennens carries in. Rooston and Drassis had each other tied up way in behind the play, finally getting back into the action. And the cross-ice blast goes off a stick of Haga and wide. And Drassis drops it back, gets it back on the goal line, score! Ronald Kennens. He and Andrasas pair up, and that should put this one away for Latvia. It's 4-1. And for Ronald Kennens, big goal for him. Second of the tournament.
Pounce on the loose puck, but the play right here, Andrasas, the pull off the wall with the spin. Very nice, and he wants it back. Slides far enough out to get away from Jonas Holos. Gets the shot through Hoagland. Kennens, quick touch and tight angle finish. But not staying behind the goal line, not standing there and watching your pass and hope it goes in, but if you need to move, get out to the front of the net, that's where the activity is going to be. Kennens makes it 4-1, and you're right, that probably will be enough for Latvia.
Couple of big games tonight over in Kosice, Canada and the United States, with first place on the line. And our game here with Sweden and Russia. And first place on the line here as well, just that there's a few complications. Sweden would have to win, and there's some
It'll be interesting because they have to win exactly 3-0.
Yes, that's basically what it comes down to.
So if you're up 3-0 with a breakaway, you choose not to score. I mean, that's what you do.
Yeah, there you go, boy.
It's like when you want to kill the clock at the end of a football game, you're on the 1-yard line, you fall down. You don't take the touchdown. It's gonna be hard to get the guys to do that.
It will be. We'll see what happens as that game gets going. That'll be an 8:15 local here in Bratislava. Richards Bukarts turns it over, and now grabbed off and back up for Patrick Thoresen. Thoresen sends it across for Sondre Olden, back for Mathis Olam, and the wrister over top the net. Johansson trying to hold it in against Bukarts, and does. Gets a little bit of down low help Olam working it out front for Thoresen. Thoresen looking back for Olam. That got blocked by Sabalskis. Haga in the near corner trying to work away from Freebergs. Haga centers. Thoresen couldn't get a stick on it. At the line, wrist shot by Christian Bull, and he wired it over top the net. And Richard Bucharts will get it out at center. Back in for Mathis Olam. Sends it cross ice for Haga. Nicholas Roos heads to the front of the net. Haga drops it back for Holos. Holos being watched by Balsers. Shot from the line, kicked away from the front of the net. And back up for Balsers, on for Blugers. With Darzens, this is the big line for Latvia. But it gets turned over and Haga brings it right back. Ian Sotniaks go to the corner. Sotniaks plays it away. Balsers sends it around and taken by Theodore Blugers. Takes it wide. Blugers takes a bit of a bump there from Lassoon. Then Lassoon on it. Gets to center, chips it in. Balinskas sends it around for Ronald Kennens. Kennens gets it out at center. Kennens giving chase. And Drassis heads for the front of the net. One-touch pass for Bucharts. And the shot got blocked.
Lassoon in a tough spot, but sticks his leg out.
Andrasis busting in, and Andrasis fires out over top the head of Hockland.
Andrasis is not a fast skater, but he is quick out of his turns.
Lidstrom back with a shot. Merzlikins turns it aside. Rebound is blocked. Centered in front, never got to Johansson, and grabbed off by Andrasis. With 2.5 to go, Andrasis for Roberts Bucharts cross ice, and Yaks tried to get that back for Roberts Bucharts. Roberts Bucharts back at the line, and Yaks with the shot. That hit the Zierkals in front of the net. Latvia 2-4 in the 6 round robin games, and barring a late charge here from Norway, will go home 3-4.
Right now, Pool B is looking like it's going to go chalk with points 0, 3, 6, 9, 12, and maybe 15, 18, 21 if Russia beats Sweden. It'll just be right down the line. There's 1 and 2 at the very bottom, but basically the favorite team won every game.
Gensmea plays it behind. Intercepted. And Johansson will get it out at center. Mathis Olam back for Holos. He'll drop it back for Estelin. And the drums are banging. The Latvian fans are feeling a bit comfortable with this 4-1 lead.
They should really be applauding themselves.
True.
They have put a lot in the last couple weeks.
Their stamina is incredible.
It is greater than mine.
I'm not sure I want to test my stamina as much as they test theirs.
That's a race I cannot win.
Batna carries it in. Got dumped in the corner. And the linesman telling them to play it.
Last minute, boys. Just get up and keep it moving.
Yeah. Batna works his way back to his feet. And now into the final 30 seconds of this one. And the Latvian fans will bring their team home. Balinskas will chase this back into his own end. And he'll just park in behind Elvis Merzlikins. And Latvia will defeat Norway 4-1. Latvia will finish with 9 points in 5th spot in Pool B. They wanted a spot in the quarterfinals. That will not happen. But a lot accomplished with a bit of a younger team for Latvia.
Very tough pool for them to get a quarterfinal berth. They played hard, they played well. They won the games they were supposed to. They challenged the teams above them. All in all, successful tournament for Latvia. For Norway, they'll be back. They didn't come in the bottom spot. And their summer can begin.
Ladies and gentlemen, the best players
Latvia wins it by a score of 4-1. So these two teams will head home. That's your final here from Bratislava.
Ice Hockey World Championship, Raiffeisenbank International.
Dámy a páni, najlepší hráči z oboch tímov budú odmenení od Raiffeisenbank International, sponzora majstrovstiev sveta IIHF v ľadovom hokeji 2019.
The prizes will be presented by Helena Buskova, Regional Director of Tatra Banka, member of Raiffeisen Group, and Viestur Skosjols, General Secretary of Latvian Hockey Federation.
Ceny budú odovzdávať pani Helena Busková, regionálna riaditeľka Tatra banky, člena Raiffeisen Group, a pán Viestur Skosjols, generálny sekretár Lotyšskej hokejovej federácie.
The best player of Team Norway is number 27, Andreas Martinsen. The best player of Team Latvia is number 70, Miks Indrašis. Ladies and gentlemen, now the award of the three best players of each team of the tournament will be presented by Krušovice, official sponsor of the 2019 IIHF Ice Hockey World Championship.
Dámy a páni, traja najlepší hráči oboch tímov na tomto turnaji budú odmenení od pivovaru Krušovice, oficiálneho sponzora majstrovstiev sveta IIHF 2019 v ľadovom hokeji.
The three best players are selected by each team, and the award will be presented by Christian Philipp, head of global marketing strategy from Škoda Auto.
Troch najlepších hráčov určili zástupcovia tímu a cenu im odovzdá pán Christian Philipp, riaditeľ globálnej marketingovej stratégie Škoda Auto.
The three best players of Team Norway.
Traja najlepší hráči tímu Norska.
Number 6,
Číslo 6.
Jonas Hullus. Number 18,
Číslo 18.
Tobias Lindström. Number 27,
Číslo 27.
Andreas Martinsen. The three best players of Team Latvia are
Traja najlepší hráči tímu Lotyšska sú
number 11,
číslo 11.
Kristaps Sotniks. Number 23, Theodors Blugers.
Číslo 23.
Number 71,
Číslo 71.
Roberts Bukarts. Ladies and gentlemen, in a few moments we will hear national anthem of winning team. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for national anthem of Latvia.
Dámy a páni, na počest víťazného tímu zaznie štátna hymna Lotyšska.
Loris, coming off a hard-fought game last night, did it take a while for the team to get their legs going here today?
Yeah, obviously we needed a good rest because it wasn't too much time, only 24 hours. So yeah, the first period was a little bit tough, but yeah, boys got to the job on the second period, and third period was solid too. So we're happy with the win.
Overall, the team's experience here, how was it for your group?
Well, our goal was to get in the quarterfinals, so it's kind of a little bit sad, but we ended on a good note, and I mean we gave battle to all the teams. So all in all, it was a good tournament for us.
What did it mean for the group to be able to sing the national anthem here to close out the tournament?
Yeah, it's nice. Our fans deserve it. They've been cheering us up for a whole 10 days, so it's a big thanks to them, and it was nice to hear the anthem again.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, guys.
There you are. Jonas, now with the tournament complete, can you share your experiences and thoughts on your time here at this World Championship with your team?
It's been a good experience. We had a tough start. We came back, beat Austria, Italy, like we're supposed to, and today we have a tough time against a good Latvian team, but the experience has been good.
Will the team walk away a better group at the end of this?
I think we stayed positive during the tournament, even though we lost some big losses there, and I think next year going to be even stronger.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.